Ronald Reed, the janitor, that had $8 million in savings when he died in 2014. So guys, are you wondering how a janitor ended up with so much money? This man has never won any lottery. Instead, he saved consistently throughout his life and let the magic of compounding increase his money. Today, we will be talking about the book The Psychology of Money, where the author uses real-life examples of famous figures like Warren Buffett, RAJAT GUPTA, Jesse Livermore, and a lot more to teach us about the soft skill called the psychology of money. Top 5 key takeaways from this book by Morgan Housel. Takeaway number 1. Volatility. Nothing comes for free in this world. We all want goodies in our life like watches, cars, a good place to sleep, food, and many more. All these things have got a price, which we happily pay for whenever we buy them. The point is, every great thing in life has got a fee, and the same also holds true for investing. But its currency is not money, it's volatility, fear, doubt, or uncertainty, which is very easily overlooked in real life. Take the example of Netflix stock. It returned more than 35,000% during 2002 to 2018, but traded below its all-time high 94% of days. But the question is, would you have held on to Netflix stock when it gave negative returns like minus 20% over a week? Would you still think that being all in on Netflix would be a good idea? Probably no. Now let's say that you have invested in S&P 500 in 1968, then your portfolio would have increased to 119 times had you stayed invested and allowed it to compound over time. So guys, the moral of the story is, stock market will be a great tool for investing only if we stay invested by properly dealing with volatility and uncertainty. Takeaway number 2. Never enough. Think of RAJAT GUPTA, a person born in the slums of India and who was orphaned as a teenager, went on to gain extraordinary success and wealth in his career. By 2008, this man was reportedly $100 million. But greed struck him one fine day when he decided to act on insider information, as a result of which he was sent to jail. Like Gupta, countless have forsaken their families, respect, and a lot more in the pursuit of money. Everyone should have the dream of becoming financially independent, but one should also be able to set up a goalpost and decide when to stop moving. Modern capitalism is good at two things: generating wealth and generating envy. Perhaps they go hand in hand, and we should be careful from the later. Takeaway number 3. The magic of compounding. We all have heard of Buffett, who is one of the best known investors in the world, with a net worth upwards of 86 billion USD, and of that, $81.5 billion was made after his 65th birthday and $84.2 billion was made after his 50th birthday. So guys, are you thinking what is the reason for this? It's time. Buffett started investing when he was 10 years old and was worth 1 million USD when he was 30. Even though Buffett earned a return of 22%, but it is quite low as compared to a lot of investors. Take Jim Simmons, head of hedge fund called RAJAT Technology, who has earned a return of 66% for the last 33 years, but as of date has a net worth of only $21 billion. You know guys, why is this difference? It is because Simmons was in the market only for 30 years, unlike 16 case of Warren Buffett. So one of the main keys to become financially independent is to start investing with whatever we can afford and to stay invested. Takeaway number 4. The significance of tailwinds. Heinz Berggruen, one of the most successful art dealers, sold a massive collection of Picassos, Klees and Matisses to the German government for more than 100 million USD. Most people thought, how could anyone have foreseen early in their life that these art pieces could be the most sought after works of the century? Is it luck? Or is it skill? Or maybe something else? A research firm says these investors bought vast quantities of art, and a subset of these collections turned out to be huge hits. Now think about VC industries. Out of 21,000 venture financings from 2004 to 14, 65% lost money. 2.5% of investments made between 10 times to 20 times, 1% made more than 20 times, and 0.5% earned more than 50 times, and this is where the majority of the returns come from. So I hope you got to realize that tails drive everything in investing too. Take another example, Amazon's Fire Phone, launched in 2014. It could have been a dominant smartphone, but it didn't work in the market, and a few years after it faced a huge loss, the project was dropped by the CEO. But you know what Bezos said in an interview? If you think that's a failure, we are working on much bigger failure right now. I'm not kidding. Some of them are going to make the Fire Phone look like a tiny little bleep. Bezos, or rather Amazon, made up a lot of bets, but one of these, like Amazon Web Services or Amazon Prime, become their major growth engines. Amazon Web Services or Prime are tail investments which make up for hundreds of investments like Amazon Fire Phone. So thus, as investors, we should spread out our bets in diversified assets like stocks, bonds, currencies, commodities, etc., where we anticipate huge returns and some may end up as tail investments. Takeaway number 5. Staying wealthy is as important as getting wealthy. Jesse Livermore, a great stock market trader of the day who made a killing by betting against the stock market during the October 1929 crash, when more than a third of the market value got wiped out. Due to luck and genius, even though he had been short the stocks, which was falling in 1929, but by 1933 he lost out everything in the market, as he was making overconfident large bets with increasing amount of debts. If getting rich means getting into the game, taking risk and being optimistic, but staying rich requires humility and fear. And secondly, compounding works only if we give an asset enough time to grow. The best example to prove this fact is Warren Buffett, a person who never got carried away with and sell during the recession, which ultimately made the magic of compounding work wonders. So guys, just for a recap, always remember that you are not going to become rich until you pay the price of volatility. You got to decide when to stop, or in other words, protect yourself from being greedy. Don't forget to remain consistent and give enough time for the power of compounding to make wonders. The world is shaped by tail events, which is also true for investing. Hence, always be in a position to make the most of tail events, and most importantly, once you get rich, always remember to protect your wealth. That was it from the video, but not from Morgan Housel. Check out the book for more such insights, a real gem being crisp and brief in a language which is assertive with a lot of understanding of the psychology of an individual average human investor. That's all for now. Hope you have liked the video. Do subscribe to the channel. Take care and goodbye.